It's too early to say if it's winning, but the United States says there are signs its allied intervention is having some effect. These American fighter jets, refueling earlier in the week, were on their way to carry out airstrikes on Syria. And here's the result. The Pentagon says these pictures show oil refineries being struck on Wednesday in eastern Syria, cutting off vital revenue supply to Islamic State.
We're trying to get at their ability strategically to sustain themselves. If you look at the targets that we hit a couple of nights ago, command and control nodes, training camps, supply depots, their finance center, and then these refineries. So we're gonna try to do what we can to reduce their ability, their capability of operating, leading themselves, and sustaining themselves.
But what of the militants themselves? The director of the FBI, James Comey, says his agency has identified the man behind the mask, seen in videos in which 2 American journalists and a British aid worker were beheaded. The man spoke with a British accent.
I'm back, Obama, and I'm back because of your arrogant foreign policy towards the Islamic State.
The FBI has not named the man, who's come to be known as Jihadi John, and it may well not for some time. US officials said they had no information about an alleged threat against the metro in Paris or subways in the US, the Iraqi Prime Minister had mentioned to reporters in New York. But they are concerned about other terror threats being developed by extremists in lawless northern Syria. In its first airstrikes over Syria on Monday, the US targeted the Al-Khorasan group, believed to be made up of al-Qaeda veterans, embedded in amongst fighters from the al-Nusra Front. US officials believe it may be developing a plot to attack Western targets using non-metallic explosives. All this heightens the fears in Washington and in other capitals about the need to target Islamic State. Britain's recall of Parliament is expected to propel the country into action in Iraq, but not in Syria.
A coalition of nations has come together to respond to the threat, and Britain, which is one of those in the front line, has to do its share.
And so, as the coalition grows, Islamic State appears to be on the run, its fighters hiding among civilians, complicating a fight that was already as unpredictable in length as in its outcome. Tom Esselmont, BBC News, Washington.